Good day, it's September 2nd, 2024. We just entered the Ber Months, and the U.S. is cranking up towards the November presidential election. I'm Sam Buban. Welcome to the polls.
And I'm Joe Buban. Welcome to this week's edition.
In a recently released polls, Kamala Harris is now ahead of Donald Trump in 3 battleground states, Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia. These polls were made by Fox News. Harris is on top by 2 points in Nevada and Georgia, and 1 point ahead in Arizona. Those results are within the statistical margin of errors. This election is considered a close and tight election for both candidates. Joseph Biden won those 3 states mentioned in 2020. The road to the White House is 270 electoral college votes out of the 538 allocated among states based on the 2020 National Population Census. Joe Biden took 309 electoral votes in 2020.
Robert Telles last week was found guilty for the stabbing of a well-known Las Vegas journalist named Jeff German in September 2nd of 2022. German was investigating the toxic environment and corruption at the Clark County Public Guardian's Office under the leadership of Telles as public administrator. Telles was sentenced to life in prison last week.
Also last week, the United States Supreme Court rejected a request by the Biden administration to go and implement some of the executive orders relating to reducing college loan payments on debt by millions of borrowers who took a loan for college. In an unsigned decision, the court pointed out that the Biden administration should wait for the full decision regarding this matter from the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals, where the executive order regarding the student loans is being challenged, saying the court expects the appeals court to issue a fuller order on the plan with appropriate dispatch. Last year, the conservative Supreme Court rejected the plan that would have wiped away $400 billion in student debts. The cost of this plan, according to Republicans, would cost the government $475 billion over a 10-year period, but the Congressional Budget Office pegged it at $276 billion. The Department of Education, who is in charge of this program, is seeking to an easier pathway to loan cancellation and reduce monthly income-based repayments from 10% of the borrower's discretionary income to 5%. For the benefit of most of our Phil-Am audience, we just want to do an explainer about student debt in America. The common practice here is when a student's family can't afford to finance the child's education, is that whatever college they want to attend or got accepted, they are entitled to apply for a student loan, usually financed by banks with the U.S. government as a guarantor. The reality is that this debt or loan instruments are being traded among lenders like a mortgage instruments during the lifetime of the loan. And most of the time, the loan is there with a balance owed during the lifetime of the borrower, even years after they already finished college. And Supreme Court decision on student loans states that this is the only loan that can't be forgiven, and even Social Security benefits of a borrower can be garnished to a certain percentage. The case relating to the Biden administration plan is still in the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals that is based in St. Louis, Missouri. It has appellate jurisdiction from Arkansas in the south to North Dakota in the north and Iowa in the American heartland. We are going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we will be joined here in the studio by Kamila Bywaters, who is running for the Clark County School Board District E. Please stay with us.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
Welcome back to the polls. With us now is Kamila Bywaters, candidate for Clark County School Board, District E. Kamila Bywaters, thank you for joining us here at the polls.
Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to our conversation.
Yes, I do too, and thank you for being generous with your time. Please tell us about yourself first before we go into the questions.
Thank you. Again, my name is Kamila Bywaters. I'm a candidate for the school board in District E. My area is the Summerlin area, and I am a longtime advocate, educator. I grew up in Las Vegas. I graduated from Rancho High School. I graduated from Howard University, and I'm currently completing my PhD at UNLV. So I'm a licensed special education teacher, and I attend school board meetings often like it's church and like it's my full-time job, which has helped me to have an understanding of some of the issues that are happening within our school system.
That makes you, didn't Kamala Harris also did her bachelor's degree at Howard?
Yes, HU.
I knew
Yes.
it.
I heard stories
Yes.
about this is like one of the most African American centered universities.
Absolutely, yeah.
Good education. Yeah.
Yes.
So Ms. Bywaters, give us an idea of like in the map where District E is.
Sure. So some of my area is you can go down to Sahara, to Decatur, left to the 95, back up to Summerlin. I do have some of the Spring Valley area, and also towards Hualapai and Lone Mountain. So there's about 213,000 voters in my district.
So it's like, it's going down from US 95 or part of north of US 95
Yes.
and going down.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So Ms. Bywaters, are you challenging an incumbent or is this an open seat?
So the District E is an open seat, and now we're down to myself and my opponent.
And as a teacher yourself, what is it that is most important to you and the students that made you run for a seat in the board? What are you hoping to accomplish or change for the better?
Goodness, I have quite a few objectives.
Yes.
I am a licensed special education teacher, so I've been in the Clark County School District. I started teaching in the district, and then I transitioned out to complete my degree, a master's in divinity at Howard University. And then I came back to Las Vegas to get back involved. I'm the president of the Las Vegas Alliance of Black School Educators. Well, I will be transitioning out of that role so that Vice President Tracy Lewis can take over. But what I learned is that students and their families have quite a few challenges.
Yes.
Oftentimes, students are being expelled at high rates for frivolous matters. Parents are feeling like there's a lack of customer service. So one thing that's important to me, one of my objectives is to be a part of improving the culture and the climate within the Clark County School District so that every human being, every student and their family are valued and nurtured for who they are and what they bring to our school district.
You were studying to be, like a preacher. You ended up being a special ed teacher also. Yes,
I know. I have both backgrounds.
Yes.
So that's why, I call at the Clark County School District the podium.
Yes.
I call that my preaching podium where I go to provide public comment.
And I'm sure you got a lot of training. That's why you
do.
you can connect well with your students.
Yeah.
Do you think Clark County School District will be able to hire a superintendent before the next board session or new sets of board members?
Well, right now, I'm very involved in that process in regards to paying attention to how this process is running, because it's a very important decision for our school community.
Yes.
And The goal that the school board has right now is to select a superintendent by November 1st, I believe the date is.
Oh, okay.
I am actually not in support of finding a superintendent so quickly because we have a new board coming in. There will be about 4 individuals who will be coming onto the board. So for me, I want the process to be delayed, but they are working diligently to find a superintendent. They may get it done by November 1st.
But it wouldn't be right if they choose a superintendent 2 weeks before the new set of board comes.
Yeah.
It's like appointing a Supreme Court justice on a lame duck session.
Exactly.
So I see your point there.
So my hope is that they wait because the individuals. My hope is that there's certain individuals who will win their races. I am in support of Tamika Henry in District C and Eileen Edie in District B. And my hope is that when all of us are elected, we have different values than some of the school board members. So it would be possibly, we may not pick the same choice that they pick. So that's why it's important for me that we have, that they wait and let the new board decide. But we'll see what happens.
That's a good point there, Kamila.
Ms. Bywaters, we are almost out of time for this segment.
Yeah.
We are giving you this opportunity to speak to voters here.
Oh, I love it.
What would you
Thank
like to say to them?
The stakes are really high in the Clark County School Board race. In my race, my opponent is in favor of banning books and does not believe in diversity, equity, or inclusion. I am absolutely opposite of that belief. I value diversity, I value equity, and I value inclusion. One thing that is important to me as a school board member is to bring our community together, to collaborate with all communities across diversity and ensure that we're working together to build a school system, an educational school system that works for all of our students and their families, the teachers, support staff, administrators, and our educational stakeholders. This school board race is like no other race that we have ever experienced in the Clark County School District. My track record precedes me. I am qualified for the job. I'm a licensed special education teacher. I have a master's in education, in special education. I have a master's in divinity, and I'm currently completing my PhD in special education. So I bring a wealth of knowledge into this space. Not only have I been a teacher, but I've also trained special education teachers for the field. So that has really prepared me to have the educational knowledge to understand what types of educational processes we need to move our students forward. And then what really certifies me for this role is that I have been an active participant at school board meetings. I attend school board meetings like it's my full-time job. I've supported students and teachers and support staff and administrators who've had issues, and I've been their #1 advocate. It is now time for me to be on the other side of the dais so that I can continue to bring change to our school district with ultimately the goal of bringing our community together to work together so that we can transform our educational system.
Wow. Yeah. We will leave it at that. Ms. Kamila Bywaters, thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you for having me.
And good luck on your race.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's our pleasure.
Don't go away. When we come back, we will do our world news. Please stay tuned.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
Welcome back to the polls. A $7 billion purported corruption at the state-owned firms is being looked into by South Africa, according to a report by the Associated Press. In a report released on Tuesday by the country's National Anti-Graft Unit, South Africa has an ongoing investigation into allegations of corruption amounting over $7 billion at some of its most prominent government-owned corporations. Some of the investigations stretched back in 2018, and the Special Investigative Unit, or SIU, listed each one in a report to a parliamentary committee, providing an update to the investigation's status. The National Lotteries Commission, the National Airline South African Airways, the power utility Eskom, ports and rail firm Transnet, and passenger rail company PRASA or PRASA are the 6 state-owned companies that are the subject of these investigations. According to the article, Transnet alone is investigating almost 60 dubious contracts, hundreds of examples of conflict of interests, and other alleged malfeasance worth close to $4 billion of public funds. In addition, there are around 40 more ongoing investigations worth billions of dollars investigating allegations of corruption involving various state-run companies and federal, state, and local government agencies. The SIU has concluded even more investigations before they are made public.
According to Al Jazeera, a total of 39 candidates will compete for the presidency of the South Asian country of Sri Lanka. In the midst of an unparalleled economic crisis, a record number of candidates are running for president of Sri Lanka next month. Ranil Wickremesinghe, the incumbent, was one of the 39 applications for the September 21st election that the Electoral Commission accepted on Thursday. After submitting his nomination, Wickremesinghe told reporters, "We have to stabilize the economy. We are essentially saying, let's get this job done." The COVID-19 pandemic took tolls and had made unmanageable debt, and the shortage of food, medicine, and gasoline in 2022 sparked widespread protests that resulted in the resignation of former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Under Wickremesinghe leadership, inflation fell from 70% to 2 years ago to roughly 5%. Interest have decreased, the currency has strengthened, and foreign reserves have grown. Creditor nations like France, Japan, and India have consented to postpone debt payments until 2028, allowing the island nation to reconstruct its economy. Career politician Sajit Premadasa, the opposition leader of Samagi Jana Balawegya Party at the moment, and leftist leader Anura Kumara Desyananka, whose National People's Power Coalition is well liked by youth, present a formidable challenge to Wickremesinghe. We are going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we will be joined by a representative from those who are in favor of Nevada Ballot Question number 3, which won in the first round of the voting in 2022. What is question number 3? Please stay tuned.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
From the Telly Award-winning creator of Love and Karma, Legacy, and Ultra Feminist. Underneath the bright neon lights of Sin City, where fortunes are won and lost in an instant, and the truth can be a bit hazy. Join Elena, a hardworking single mother, her hot-headed son Miguel, and Gabriel, a Filipino pop star on the brink of international stardom, as they embark on a journey of self-discovery, love, and the courage to find one's voice and speak the truth. Made to Shine, coming soon, presented by Philam TV Network. Written and directed by Giovanni Espiritu.
keep updated or for more information, visit filmtv.us/made to shine or scan the QR code to be added to the email list for updates and upcoming opportunities to be part of the show. Executive produced by Sam Buban and Esmeralda Padilla Gould.
Welcome back to The Pulse. With us now is Naoka Foreman, who is going to talk to us about question number 3, a ballot measure in the November general election. Naoka Foreman, thank you for joining us here.
Thank you so much for having me here today. 1 million voters, 1 million Nevadans are blocked from Nevada's closed primary system.
Well, thank you for joining us. It's our pleasure having you here, Naoka. If the ballot measure number 3 or question number 3 wins in the November election, what will it do to the Nevada elections?
I think that's a great question. What it would do is give voters more voice and better choices during our elections. Right now, 1 million Nevadans are blocked from having a voice in who makes it to the November election. Question 3 opens the primaries, giving everyone a voice in elections that their taxes pay for, regardless of party affiliation. So question 3 puts power back into the hands of we the people.
All right. Is this just on the state elections, or this includes the federal legislative positions?
This is a state-focused initiative. This is about statewide elections. This is focused on local elections in Nevada.
I was told in 2022 by some Democratic incumbents, legislators, this is an issue that they were divided, among themselves. What really is the benefit from adopting this concept of how our election will be run? What's your take on this?
The benefit is to the voters. So once again, question 3 puts the power back into the hands of we the people. Right now, party bosses and special interest groups are handpicking candidates during the primaries, and then voters have to choose the lesser of two evils during the November election. Question 3 would open the primary so that all voters can vote in a singular primary. That means that they're going to have better choices during the November election because these candidates are chosen by the voters. And question 3 gives voters more voice and more choice in November elections where voters are constantly choosing the lesser of two evils.
Okay, and I'm sure you're speaking about, question 3 is like the ranked choice voting, okay? This ranked choice voting, when I was reading about this ballot measure in 2022 to amend the state constitution, I learned that this idea came from interest and funding outside of Nevada. If we pass this, we will be the 3rd largest state in the nation to have this after Alaska and Maine. Why do this? Why should we do that? Can you explain to our viewers a little bit more why your position is a yes?
Absolutely. Once again, 1 million voters are blocked from our closed primaries. That allows special interests and party bosses to handpick candidates. Voters are paying for the election. They should be able to vote for any party, regardless of the party that they're a member of. They're the taxpayers, and our military veterans, our teachers, our firefighters are independents, and they don't have a voice in who makes it to the general election. Question 3 would allow all voters to have a voice in who makes it to the general election and who ultimately represents us.
Don't you think voting for 5 and later be ranked is so confusing for voters and may cause a lot of ballots to be thrown out?
I think that question 3 is very straightforward. Once again, it allows voters to vote in one singular primary. You get to vote in one primary regardless of your party, and then the top 5 makes it to the general election, and you get to rank your preferences. That's a straightforward thing. That's something that we all do in our everyday lives. Let's say you're going to dinner and you have to make a choice on what you want to eat. You can rank your preferences just like you do every day.
And if question 3 prevails on a yes, okay, when will this take effect on the election of 2026? Would it be or
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it would be implemented in 2026.
Because this is the second round. If it wins again, because it won in 2022. Top 5 primary and 5 going into the general election, and counting and recounting will continue until one candidate reaches 50% plus 1 vote as the winner. Your choice of a yes or no on this top 5 ranked choice voting initiative, you decide. We will leave it at that. And what's your last piece from you?
Thank you. Naoka, yes. I do want to just correct you because question 3 would open the primaries and then allow voters to rank their preferences during the general election.
Okay.
But I will close out on once again.
So it's like a, 5 finalists.
Exactly.
5 top vote getter goes into the general election, where they will be ranked by what the preference of the voters are. Okay?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And I will close on once again.
Yes.
1 million voters are blocked from having a say in who makes it to our general election ballot. Question 3 will give voters more voice and better choices during the general election.
I see.
Well, friends, we're out of time for this show. Please join us again next week here at The Pulse. I'm Joe Buban. Thank you for watching.
And I'm Sam Buban. God bless your week.